After a decade of loving one another, I never once thought Hannah, my wife, would look me in the eye and ask for an open marriage. Our years together had felt like something solid, something worth building on. She was flourishing in her career in marketing, and I was pushing steadily toward my dream of becoming a comic book artist. I believed wholeheartedly that our love was passionate and lasting, that it had weathered time without weakening. That evening when she came home, I sensed something was different. She carried herself with a restless edge, her eyes bright but unsettled, like she was carrying a secret she couldn't wait to let out. Over dinner, she finally gathered her courage. Her hand gripped the fork too tightly, her shoulders stiff. "Aaron," she said, her voice carrying more weight than usual. "I've been thinking. I want an open marriage." Her words hit me with the force of a lightning strike. I dropped my fork against the plate, staring at her in shock. "What?" I managed, my voice tight, strangled. "Why?" She held my gaze, but her eyes flickered with hesitation. "I miss being chased," she admitted softly. "The thrill of being wanted, desired. It makes me feel alive." "Excitement," I echoed, trying to keep calm while inside. Rage and disbelief swirled. "You'd risk everything we've built because you're bored? Hannah, you're not a teenager anymore." She rolled her eyes, her voice growing sharper. "Don't be so old-fashioned, Aaron. This isn't about throwing our marriage away. It's about evolving. You'd have the same freedom too. It's empowering." "Empowering?" I scoffed, my stomach tightening. She went on, explaining how relationships should be open, unrestricted, free. She claimed it was about honesty, about trust, about moving beyond limitations. Then her tone shifted, sharper, accusing. "If you don't agree, it's because you're insecure, controlling, narrow-minded." I stared at her, almost unable to believe this was the woman I'd loved for 10 years. I leaned forward, studying her carefully. "You know," I said slowly, "I've heard enough stories about wives suddenly bringing up open marriages, and in almost every one, there's already someone else in the picture." For the briefest second, her eyes betrayed her. A flicker, barely noticeable, but enough. My stomach sank. "So," I pressed, my voice firm, "who is it, Hannah?" Her breath caught, and then came the indignant act. "No one. How dare you even suggest that?" But it was too late. I knew. My answer was just as steady as my resolve. "Well, my answer is no. And now, you've given me a real reason to consider divorce." The color drained from her face. She reached out, pleading, whispering that she loved me, that she didn't want to lose me. But my appetite was gone. I scraped my food into the trash, tossed the plate in the sink, grabbed my keys, and walked out. For a few days, she went quiet. I thought, foolishly, that perhaps my stance had made her reconsider. That fragile hope crumbled one evening when she stood in the doorway of our living room, pale and tense. She sat across from me, her hands trembling in her lap. "Aaron," she began cautiously, "if we're going to move forward, I need to be completely honest." She inhaled deeply before confessing. "There's someone at work. His name is Jaden. We've been seeing each other." The words made my chest tighten like a vice. "Seeing each other?" I repeated coldly. "So you've been sleeping with him?" Her silence was confirmation enough before she finally nodded. "It's not just physical," she whispered. "He makes me feel young, alive again." I laughed bitterly, hollow inside. "So this is what you wanted an open marriage for? To rebrand your affair?" "No," she begged, leaning forward. "I'm telling you the truth now because I don't want to lose you. I love you. I thought this could work." "Work?" I shot back. "You thought you could cheat on me and then dress it up as some enlightened lifestyle choice? That isn't progress, Hannah. That's betrayal." We fought, words clashing like blades. She accused me of being regressive, close-minded. She claimed marriage didn't have to be restrictive, that she wanted more from life. I stood, trembling with anger. "You hate that I believed in our vows," I told her, "that I trusted you." She snapped back, insisting she wouldn't apologize for wanting more. "If you can't handle that, maybe you're right. Maybe this marriage isn't going to work." And in that moment, clarity settled over me like ice. "You're right," I said quietly. "It isn't." I walked away, leaving her stunned. But she wasn't finished. Days later, she returned with backup. Her mother, her sister, her closest friends, all gathered like a tribunal to lecture me into compliance. They